I'm almost there, guys. You know, for a guy who really couldn't care less about obtaining camos for guns, I'm almost there. And I know, I'm a few months late, but it does bring me, anyway, a small nugget of satisfaction to go along with it that I'm finally achieving these challenges for these guns. I first started playing Black Ops 2 this past weekend on Friday when Double XP hit, and I unceremoniously took a much-needed break Saturday and Sunday because it was just so stressful with all the tryhards and the snipers and the shotguns and this and that. It was just unbearable to play. I finally calmed down after Sunday, and I turned the game back on Monday for the final legs of Double XP where it lasted into Tuesday. I finally got the MP7 Gold, and once that was finished, I immediately went to work on the next gun, which is the one I chose for this video to cover next in my best class series, and that is the Skorpion Evo. Now, when Black Ops 2 first came out, I had initial impressions about the Skorpion Evo and probably would have told you it was the best submachine gun in the game. It's unlocked last, it's got a great look, it's got a great feel, it's got 1,200 rounds per minute. It's a beast of a gun. It kills super fast at close range. Obviously, that changed, for me. My opinion changed when I started using the MSMC and the PDW-57, the pre-patched versions, of course. Though the MSMC right now is still a great gun even after 2 patches. I haven't had any problems with it. I still use it regularly. But the PDW-57, on the other hand, I have not touched since Treyarch patched it for a second time. And part of that is because of the fond memories I have of that gun. I want to keep those good memories with me. That gun, made me a good player in this game. It served me well in Black Ops 2 for the first 3 months. I don't want to ruin that after several people have already told me the PDW is just not the same gun anymore. It's too much recoil. Though you still see scrub players using it and that 50-round magazine just spraying everywhere, hoping they hit their target, because that's what scrubs do, but that's a completely different story. If you guys have not seen my my Overkill Wildcard video, I go in depth about giving you the positives of why you should use Overkill, the benefits of using Overkill. And a lot of people overlook that Wildcard, and I bring that some spotlight. So if you guys haven't seen that video, I urge you to check that out. The link's going to be in the description. Link's going to be on the annotation you see on the video. Alright, check that out. But I've been using that Overkill Wildcard for the majority of this game's life cycle so far, simply because it gives me the best of both worlds. Leveling up an assault rifle and taking an SMG with me at the same time. The assault rifle for long-range engagements, SMG to rush and get into that close-quarters combat. It's great. In the latter stages of leveling up the MP7, I simply ran an MP7-only class, just to get everything over with as fast as I can, which is probably going to be the gun I cover next. I really think the MP7 right now is probably the best submachine gun in the game after all the patches Treyarch implemented. But I decided to use the Skorpion here and do the Skorpion in this video because to me, it was more fun to use in-game. Now, the gameplay you're watching is on Hijacked, and to be honest with you, I'm not much of a rusher. In fact, I think I suck at it. I'm no good as a rusher. It's totally not my style, and I'm more reserved, laid back, and defensive. But with this gun, you really have no other choice but to rush. I can't play the way I normally play with this gun, but I was determined to get the challenges done for this weapon, and this was the product of that video, okay? So as far as the Skorpion Evo's stats go, the gun is the last SMG unlocked at level 46, and the damage is the standard 33 at close range and 18 at a distance, which most SMGs have, except the PDW and the MSMC, which is 40 damage at close range. The starting magazine size for the Skorpion Evo is 32 with a maximum of 96, but with the extended clip as an attachment, that will be bumped up to 42 standard, and your maximum is going to be 126. The Skorpion's reload time is a moderate 1.9 seconds, and when completely empty, the reload time jumps up to 2.52 seconds. So, like I say in all my videos, when you need to reload, reload. The rate of fire, this is where the gun gets a little interesting. The rate of fire is 1,250 rounds per minute, which makes the Skorpion the fastest gun, not only in its class, but in the game by default. I'm gonna let this, let this little piece of information out right now. I'm gonna give you guys my opinion. Rapid fire, okay? Rapid fire is not, and I stress, not recommended for this gun. If you're a scrub, if you're a tryhard, yeah, you'll use rapid fire because that's what they do. But rapid fire will vastly change the rounds per minute to about 1,800. Now, though that sounds fantastic, you know, you're going to be handicapping yourself severely in terms of recoil, and in turn, making an already minimal range non-existent. And your hipfire accuracy is going to suffer greatly as well. All those negatives are just not worth it on a gun that has more negatives already than positives. With a standard 1200 rounds per minute comes the recoil, obviously. The recoil on the Skorpion is very high, and the range is very limited. But that's not the gun's intended purpose. You're going to be, you know, rushing. You know, you're going to be playing objectives. You're going to be collecting those tags. You're going to be capping those flags. You know? You're not going to be head glitching over long lines of sight with a Skorpion. Though, I've seen scrub players do it anyway, because those are the ones without any skill. And that's how they play the game. Which is pathetic, but that's what they do. This is strictly a close quarters combat weapon, and if used to its full potential in its given range, it is without question the fastest killing weapon in Black Ops 2. Now, my recommended class setup for the Skorpion is as follows. It's completely different than the one in the game. The one in this video, I'm not using any blue tier perks, okay? I was just experimenting, and I decided to take Scavenger and Toughness, because I usually run Toughness on every class, alright? The weapon obviously is going to be the Skorpion Evo. We're not going to be taking any secondary. Primary gunfire will be our first wildcard, because we're going to go and equip ourselves with 3 attachments. Now, most of the attachments in this game really don't fit the Skorpion's look. You know, it doesn't fill out the Skorpion well, but there's 3 in mind that goes very nicely with the Skorpion Evo. First one's going to be the Suppressor. Rushing and going and being off the radar go hand in hand, okay? The Suppressor will keep you off the minimap while those UAVs stay out of the air. Everybody knows this. Suppressor, though, does cut down on your range from a distance, but being that we're not going to be using this gun long range, everything should balance itself out. Second's going to be fast mags. At 1200 rounds per minute, you will empty your clip fairly easily. To keep up with the fast-paced action and constant emptying of your clip, a fast reload, and I stress this, is necessary. That's why I recommend fast mags, okay? It's going to cut that 1.9 second reload down to about a second. It's super fast. Lastly, we're going to be taking Quickdraw to allow us to draw our weapon faster in close quarters combat and be one step ahead of the enemy. With the time to kill on the Skorpion being already excellent, there's a good chance you're going to win more gunfights with the Quickdraw as your attachment. Others may opt to take the laser sight or foregrip, and in my opinion, both really aren't needed. Foregrip really doesn't offer a noticeable difference, and laser sight is going to tighten up that hipfire spread, but from my usage of the gun, the hipfire is very manageable, and you should be fine without the laser sight. For our perks, I have 3 in mind, okay? Lightweight, Scavenger, and Dexterity. Lightweight to be more agile and take no falling damage when jumping from windows or high spots. Scavenger simply because we're constantly going to be running out of ammo, and it's best to keep ourselves replenishing at all times. And Dexterity to raise our gun faster after sprinting, which also pairs well with our quick draw attachment, and it will also allow us to climb ledges and objects faster. Alright? Our lethal will be C4, and our tactical will be my favorite in the tactical category, the EMP grenade. Paired with Scavenger, you're always going to have both of these ready as backup when you get into a sticky situation. C4, you know, like I always say, when the gun just isn't enough to finish off an enemy, or if you're around a tight corner, you throw C4, it's great as a backup. The EMP grenades, if, you know, the enemy team has sentry guns and guardians or whatever up, take that stuff out easily. Shock charges, claymores, it'll get you out of that sticky situation. Scorestreaks, typically, I run the standard counter UAV, Hellstorm, and Lightning Strike here. In the video, I'm running very, very low Scorestreaks. It's really whatever you want to run or whatever you feel like running. I find the Skorpion to be a gun that you're really not going to obtain high score streaks with. You're going to be rushing all over the place. The more chance you rush, the more chance you're going to die. I mean, I would run low-end score streaks, keep everything relatively low, but it's whatever you feel like running. Like I said, I would run the counter UAV, the Hellstorm, and the Lightning Strike. You know, it's a nice mix. It gives you, the counter UAV to block the enemy radar, and the Hellstorm and Lightning Strike do a ton of damage if used correctly. So I think it's best to run low score streaks. But that's the setup, guys. That is my my ultimate build for the Skorpion Evo. If you guys enjoyed the video, if you guys enjoyed this class setup, hit that like button, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the Skorpion. Let me know how you use the Skorpion. And that's it, guys. I'll be back with the MP7, and that's going to be my my next episode in Best Class series. All right, guys? So I will talk to you all then. Take care. And if you missed Life After Prestige Master number 15, check that shit out, guys. All right, I'll talk to you all later. Peace.